Hello guys, this is a presentation about water and it has been made by me, Petr Ganov, and Nico Iliev from 10.2. The objective of this presentation is to make the audience fluent in the properties of water, such as hydrogen bonding, cohesion and adhesion, and some of its effects on the human body. First I'm going to talk about the properties of water. The first and main property of the water molecule is polarity. With 8 protons, water's oxygen nucleus attracts electrons more strongly than the single protons of the water's 2 hydrogen nuclei. As a result of that, water's shared electrons are more likely to be found near the oxygen nucleus. Therefore, because the oxygen is at the one end of the water molecule and hydrogen is at the other end, the molecule becomes positively charged at one end and negatively charged at one end. A molecule in which the charges are unevenly distributed is said to be polar because the molecule is a bit like a magnet with two poles. A property that is derivative from the polarity of the water molecule is hydrogen bonding. Because of their partial positive and negative charges, polar molecules such as water can attract each other even though they are neutral. The attraction between a hydrogen atom with a partial positive charge and another atom with a partial negative charge is known as a hydrogen bond. The most common partially negative atoms involved in the hydrogen bonding are oxygen, nitrogen, and fluorine. Other important properties of the water molecule you should know are cohesion and adhesion. Cohesion is attraction between molecules of the same substance. Because a single water molecule may be involved in as many as 4 hydrogen bonds at the same time, water is extremely cohesive. Because of cohesion, surface tension occurs, which is the reason water doesn't go out of your glass, even it may go over the edge. A property similar to cohesion, but opposite of it, is adhesion, which is an attraction between molecules of different substances, such as, for example, water and glass. Because of adhesion, water molecules stick to surfaces and run down on them instead of just falling. The last most important property of the water molecule is heat capacity. Heat capacity is the reason large bodies of water, such as lakes or oceans, can absorb relatively high amounts of heat without actually rising their temperature a lot. This is also a consequence of the large bonds that water form because of polarity. Is found as a mixture, since it is very easy for things to dissolve in it. There are two types of mixtures that can be made with water: solutions and suspensions. An example of solution would be putting salt in water. All the components of salt are easily distributed throughout the solution. In the saltwater solution, table salt is the solute, the substance that is dissolved. Water is a solvent, the substance which the solute dissolves. An example, water, most of the time, water is found as a mixture since it is very easy for things to dissolve in it. There are two types of mixtures that can be made with water: solutions and suspensions. An example of solution would be putting salt in water. All the components of the solution are equally distributed throughout it. In the saltwater solution, table salt is the solute, the substance that is dissolved. Water is the solvent, the substance in which the solute dissolves. When water cannot dissolve more salt, the solution is called saturated. However, some materials do not dissolve when placed in water, but separate into pieces so small that they cannot settle down. After that, the movement of the water keeps those pieces apart so that the mixture is equally distributed. Such mixtures of water and non-dissolved materials are known as suspensions. Lots of biological mixtures such as blood are suspensions. The pH scale is a measurement of the concentration of hydrogen ions in a solution. Pure water has a pH of 7. Solutions with a pH below 7 are called acidic because they have more H+ ions, and solutions above pH 7 are bases because they have less H+ ions. Buffers are weak acids and bases in our body that react with stronger acids and bases in order to keep our blood's pH level between 6.5 and 7.5, so that it is neither too basic or too acidic for us. Now let's get to the effects on the body. First of all, an important effect of water on the body is maintaining body fluids. Since 60% of our body is water, we need to be sure that we have enough water in our body. When we are thirsty, this is a sign that our body is not receiving as much water as it should be, and it is safer to just drink more water than you need, because that way you just urinate more. However, if you drink less, your body will just start not functioning properly. Some functions of body fluids include digestion, absorption, circulation, creation of saliva, nutrition transportation, and maintenance of body temperature. And the way we lose excess fluids after we use them is, first of all, and most importantly, urinating. Second of all, through sweating. And the least significant way of losing body fluids is breathing through the humidity of the air we breathe out. Another important effect water has on our body is controlling calories. Water can add more sense of fullness to us when eating, so that we eat less, which would lead to losing mass and our diet being more efficient. Things that are the most water rich are the most efficient for this kind of purpose, and those are drinks rich in calories such as juices, and foods rich in water such as watermelon. Water is also very important for energizing our muscles. Because of cellular respiration, we need water in order for our muscles to function properly, and if they don't have enough water, then we'll receive muscle fatigue and our muscles will be way less efficient. And in order to prevent muscle fatigue, it is advised that we drink half a liter before exercising, and then again at regular intervals when exercising. The next thing water is important for our health is skin health. We need water to hydrate our skin, and if we don't get enough water, our skin will become dry, it will start peeling off, and we will need skin moisturizers or to drink more water generally in order to fix that. And another very important thing water is responsible for is our kidney function. Kidney transports waste out of our body under the form of urine, and in order for it to do that, we need water for it to cleanse toxins. And if we don't have enough water, our urine will have a sharper smell and darker color, because it will be more concentrated. This is because the color, concentration, and other depend on our water intake. Also, if we don't get enough water, we will also be very vulnerable to kidney stones, especially if the climate we live in is hot. Another very significant thing water does is hydrating our gastrointestinal tract, and it prevents constipation. So when there isn't enough water there, the tract takes water from our stools, which is basically our feces, and that then we will have problems excreminating them. And now let's get to questions. First question is, what's the pH level of water? That's right, the pH level of water is 7.0. Secondly, what is a solute and what is a solution? That is correct. Solvent is the one getting dissolved and solute is the one dissolving. And the third question, do acids or bases have higher pH than water? That's also true. Acids have a lower pH, so bases have a higher pH than water. And lastly, what does polarity mean? That is also correct. Polarity is the characteristic of a molecule to be energized in two different poles in the two different ends. Thank you for your attention.